Talking about medicine more specifically, I watched one of your videos talking about bullying in medicine, and I was interested to know, is there ever been experiences that you've had in medicine relating to bullying, or have you ever felt like any racism happened to you in the medical field?
Yeah. So I think the bullying in medicine is there. There's no point denying the fact that it's not there.
Yeah.
However, the tone is quite different from a mainstream bullying. So you may get a conflict which is more subtle, but then again, the ramifications of that subtle conflict could still be quite detrimental on your own personal well-being.
Yeah.
So there might be a complaint which was completely out of proportion. There might be a remark which is just completely setting you or winding you up in your personal space. And the most important thing is to be aware of those issues. I was working in the UK with one surgeon who just completely targeted me when I refused to go to his party in the house. We started on a very good note. Like he was one of the very good teachers, mentors. And then he said, "Oh, Rizwan, I'm having this new house, and why don't you come over?" And I had a young daughter. My wife was alone. I didn't want to leave them out, and I couldn't take her in because it was like night thing. And I just didn't turn up. I said to him that I cannot turn up. And he just took it as a personal insult. And his reports coming out, his term assessment and I sat down with him and I confronted him, what's wrong here? I'm trying to do my everything according to the book, and you just completely cornering me in every segment. And he said, look, if my boss would have invited me a party to his house, I would have made sure that I'm there at any cost. So I said, okay, fine. So that's what's all about. Well, you're not going to be my reference. I'm going to go and leave now. So there's so many different ways of dealing with that. And you just got a ways of dealing with that situation. And lately what I've done, now I'm in a different position. I'm working as a consultant.
Yeah.
And sometimes even amongst the consultant, you get this little bit of edgy situation. And sometimes, certain people think they can overpower you because they're in the system and they've been there longer, or they've got a slightly more, seniority to you.
Yeah.
But my advice is be confident in your approach.
Right.
Don't let anybody be having this full control over you. I think our psyche as South Asian is very apologetic psyche, very smiley, very kind-hearted.
Absolutely.
And that just gives this unlimited options to anyone. You can get pushed over. And so when I start off with anyone and I feel that there's a little bit of, antagonism or threat, I just go twice over. I just become completely their friend, completely at ease. If they're even serious, I just take it as a joke. And then they would just understand, look, we can't just bully them around or muscle them around. He's either not taking it seriously or he's not either getting the point. But then I actually take a step forward and I try to make sure that, look, I know what it's all about, and I'm aware of my rights, and I'm aware in my mindset where you are right and I am right, and this confrontation is not going to go well. So communication around these issues is good, but at the same time, you have to stay very strong and don't give everybody or anybody a leeway to just walk all over you.
I think what comes to mind is, I remember a moment for me when that happened was I was an intern and I had like a senior registrar, and she'd be really sort of callous and mean to me and sort of shame me in front of other people in terms of like, oh, you don't know how to do this? How do you not know how to do that? And I was like, I'm an intern, like I'm still learning. And that would feel really demoralizing because, medicine for so long of my life was like my dream. And then coming into the career and feeling crushed there, I think it was really unfortunate because it made me really jaded towards the experience, and it led to me burning out later because I was just so fed up with the whole sort of environment